How many of you remember playing hide and seek? How many of you like to play hide and seek? Some of us still do, don't we? Ready or not, here I come. I remember my dad coming home from work, and before he would come through the door of our house, I would hear him, and I would go and I would run and I would hide. Sometimes I would hide under the kitchen table, sometimes behind his desk, but I would hear him say, "Ready or not, here I come." Then I would hear him, he would ask my mom, "Have you seen Lou?" Then he would look in a kitchen cupboard and I'd hear the kitchen cupboard door open. Or he would come into the living room and look under the couch. He would open another door. Eventually, though, I would make some kind of a noise and he would find me. But guess what? I would always hide in the most obvious of places because I wanted him to find me. Sometimes it seems so easy to find God in the obvious places. In a sunset, on the ocean, the sounds of a symphony, a newborn baby, sometimes even in church. But the reality is that God hides not only in obvious places because he wants to be found, but sometimes he hides in places that are not so obvious. And people have a difficult time finding God. On this feast of Christ the King, we are reminded of the truth that Pilate sought. But Pilate's truth was different than the Lord's or Jesus. Jesus' throne was a cross. His crown was made of thorns. His scepter was a lance that pierced his side. Not such an obvious place to find a king or a God, is it? Not on a cross. But the point is that our God isn't a hidden God. We just need to seek our God where God can be found. And very often, as I said, that's not in the obvious places. Our God hides in the suffering of people's lives. God hides among the lost and the last. God hides among the abused. God hides among those who are frightened in so many different ways. And yes, God is even found on a cross. And sometimes God only makes little noises that we can hear. Sometimes they're muted cries. Sometimes God is hiding behind the faces of others. Faces of our neighbors. Faces of other people around the world. The suffering people and a suffering humanity. But if we really listen carefully, we can hear Jesus say, "See if you can find me, because ready or not, here I come." God bless you.